Top prosecutors refuse to retry Karen Reed, but what do people think about that outrage?
With explosive updates in the Karen Reed case, it's no wonder you guys have a lot to say. I'm Lainey Law.
And I'm attorney Andrew Myers.
And today we're going to be reading some of the comments you guys actually have for us. There's been a lot of updates and a lot of hearings, and you guys have had some stuff to say about that. So Redondo Beach says, Lally would say, what if any new evidence should I make up? I drank every time he said, what if any, LOL.
Wow. Well, I hope Redondo Beach goes to rehab, because if you watched the trial, it seemed like not every, but almost every other question that Mr. Lally would ask the witnesses during the Karen Reed trial 1.0 was, what, if anything, what, if anything, did you say? What, if anything, did you think? What, if anything, did you think of these photographs I'm showing you? So it's just like, I just hope Mr. Redondo went to rehab. The thing that comes to mind is the Amy Winehouse song in which she said, I don't need no rehab.
I definitely think that the Karen Reed case and other popular stories that we hear in the news is just like the pure frustration of the repetition of it is really what takes the cake.
That was a good comment. By the way, we had more comments to the two recent Karen Reed episodes that we did than we've ever had before. One in which attorney Mark Betterow, Turtle Boy's attorney, appeared. What a great guest. Wasn't he a great guest?
Yeah, no, I definitely was a little, it felt like starstruck to have him on, honestly. It was really awesome. And I think he had like a lot of insightful things to say that obviously resonated with our audience. But obviously we have you with your legal background, but it was interesting having another attorney on and kind of just basically backing up everything that we have been saying on this channel and also bringing a little bit of new insight. I don't know. It felt nice. It felt, I think one of the comments or some of the comments that I've seen kind of said it well, where it's just like, like if these two attorneys can come to these conclusions, why is this even an issue right now?
Well, the thing about Betterow, of course, he is Turtle Boy's attorney. The thing about Betterow is that he's able to express himself. A lot of times, if you watch TV interviews that are given by attorneys, they really pull themselves back into legalese and all the terms that are in the law books, and that's fine. But he has an ability to give an intelligent, credible, insightful comment, but say it articulately in a way that we can all understand. And so that's, I think, one of the reasons why so many people commented that they liked him. I think only one person was somewhat negative, but other than that, we had a ton of positive comments. Let's go on to pithy comment number 9. Kate Walsh says, this is infuriating. I can't believe this is legal. Hiring another attorney that we pay for. SMH, which I had to look up, shaking my head.
And I think that's a really good comment also from Kate, because it's just like that is a frustration that a lot of people have, where like even the fact that this is being retried at all, like this is taking resources from every end, and it's just frustrating to see how slow it's going and how it almost seems kind of just, I don't know, out of touch with the normal everyday person, because these are people who are getting paid, how many thousands upon thousands to be dealing with this situation. And then you have the average person who makes less in a year than what these attorneys are making for this one court case. And they, it's frustrating.
Yeah, not to belabor the point before we move on to number 8, it's a huge office with a lot of attorneys, the Norfolk County District Attorney's Office, and it's not necessarily merit-based that you send a resume in and people weigh who's no, a lot of them are political hacks, and for political hacks to then say, oh, well, I don't feel like doing my job. What? In the real world, you get fired for that. But no, they're sitting at their desks right now, crunching on Doritos and having their coffee, and the state taxpayers have to spend $75,000 for a different prosecutor. So, all right, enough on that.
So from Grand Ren, Good morning, y'all. I'm enjoying your intelligent commentary. Ooh, they called us intelligent.
Yeah, I like
Looking
it.
forward to Vetero too. Morris's is redacted. I keep checking back to see if you got a response. I don't expect one, but I keep coming back. Maybe it's actually you two I return for. Oh, very sweet.
Yeah, actually, this comment came when we did the first read episode, and before Mr. Bettero appeared. We had announced at the end we were going to have him on the next episode, and yes, the gremlins in the control room had to delete a word. It wasn't too bad, but sometimes if it gets really bad, we delete the whole comment. But it wasn't so bad. So there. So now the next one is from number 7. I think a lot of this is Kate Lewis. I think a lot of people, jurors, just believe prosecutors have it right to bring the case. All the shenanigans and a timeline needs to be outlined to the jury. No protocol was followed. Have an independent witness from law enforcement go through what the correct protocol is and point out how none of this was done in this situation. That comment has a lot in it. So let me take some of it. Let me take it sentence by sentence. I think in the old days, back in the old Perry Mason days, and again, I'm showing my age, people did tend to believe that the prosecution was always right. They got their man. And they went out and they lassoed the right defendant and brought him in, and jurors and people just tended to believe the state. I don't think so anymore. Do you?
Yeah,
I
I
don't
agree
really
with
have.
that statement. I think
Yeah.
that because also when you think about it is before especially like the internet, so we're looking like 30 years ago, when there's a court case happening, it is like this authority figure in your small community. And Andrew and I, we have lived in and are near major cities, but you'll have these very small towns that maybe have a couple thousand people. So it's just like the cops and the judges, and like you're very familiar with this stuff. So it's just like if the cop says something, you're going to trust their authority if you don't have a reason to disbelieve them. Now with the internet, we kind of have this view at the entire world. Before, you would have to read the newspaper, and uh even the newspaper is just like a little bit filtered out, versus now you get to kind of see the world from the outside, and you get to see all these cases where, hey, the authority messed up here. I can't trust authority anymore, is the way that I feel that people see this. So it's very easy in these situations for people to get a lot of those negative feelings of, like, similarly to being kind of disenchanted from good people and bad people.
Yeah, I totally agree. And I mean, there have been so many kind of questionable cases, like the Delphi case. Some other YouTubers did a very good job. They were able to go there. But what the hell is the state of Indiana hiding with not letting cameras in a courtroom of a big, huge, major case like that? There again, the world is watching. The world was watching what happened with the Delphi case. The 2 little girls were done away with many years ago. And it took them forever to then arrest Richard Allen, who had given a statement right away. And then, all the shenanigans that happened, and then the trial, and he was convicted. A lot of people think that it was a wrongful conviction. A lot of people think his confessions were coerced. And then the Koberger case, need I mention just the veil of unprecedented secrecy that came down on that. So, yeah, people question authority. Anyhow, then I said there's a lot to unpack in this one, and I don't want to belabor it too much, but this person, Kate Lewis, says no protocol was filed. Have an independent witness from law enforcement go through what the correct protocol is and point out how none of this was done in this situation. I am working on that. I've put out a few calls and emails to some people in law enforcement. The problem is that if they're working in law enforcement now, they're just really loath to say anything on the record. But I'm working on that, and I hope to have someone in an episode in the near future come in and tell us, here's what you do in a situation like that. Okay, so enough on that one.
So happy HK. This is weird that the case is still up. You think it's possible that Mr. Lally was forced to take the case, tried to lose it, then Judge Bev got in the way?
I can't see that.
You
No,
gotta I don't know who doesn't have like that's like a lot of shame to like make yourself look bad to just throw something like that.
Yeah, say what you will about Mr. Lally. I mean, people say a lot of things about the guy, but I can't see any trial attorney want to lose. It's a lot of stress. It's a lot of work. You're up late nights. You're spending hours and hours and hours poring over every single exhibit. And it's a lot of stress. I don't care, if you're right out of law school, you've been doing it for many years. No, I can't see somebody trying to lose it. I don't know.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me, and I don't know, like at what level, Andrew, if you've even heard of this, but Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul. It's just like, oh, did Mike Tyson which is just like, this man was hospitalized like not even a few months ago, so please, like, obvious, like, God bless him. The dialysis, like, I don't even want to walk after having dialysis. Hello. Anyway, but a lot of people are like, oh, like, did he intentionally lose, or da 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 da, and it's just like, they like, people, we have humans, we are built on pride. Society is built on pride. Nobody has that. Well, I mean, I'm not going to say nobody has that sense of justice, but in general, you're not just going to go out and sacrifice yourself and look bad for someone that you don't even really know or care
about.
In
the old days, it was kind of assumed that these fights were all fixed. And I don't know. And then also, I think one of the reasons we see horse racing going down the tubes is because people pretty much agreed that was fixed. Comment all you want, but I think that horse racing was pretty much fixed. Yes, it was cruel to the animals, but come on. But no, I don't think. They're
whispering the bets in the horses' ears. They're like, all right, slow your roll.
Here's Jenny, who says Hank Brennan had mentioned exculpatory a few times now, and I get a gut feeling this man will not lie and cover up for these other actors and maybe have an eye on Morrissey's job. And should he get it, the people will see him as a clean sweeper and all is well in his hands. I hope I'm right. Seems like he's had a good career and be foolish to throw it away for this case. I really don't know what to say about that. I don't know. I really don't. I think most people that get into politics get into it in their earlier years. And I think he graduated from law school back in 2006, the same law school I went to. And I think, I don't know. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say about this. Do you have any idea what to say?
Oh, I think that it is sweet that this person, that we can hope for the best in people. And ultimately, like, Andrew, you said yourself that he's a very respected attorney. But you don't know, like, everybody's jaw's even on the floor that he's on this case. So
yeah.
All right, you can never guess what somebody's thinking. You can never guess anyone's motives. AES. What is the point of such biased discussion on YouTube? No!
Okay, we can take it. We're big boys and girls.
Oh, I'm crushed. This show is not the jury and knows nothing about Karen Reed, except some people thinks she looks cute in court. Yes, that's exactly the commentary we've been providing. Balance is part of the legal process. All right, I've gotten nothing out of that comment.
Well,
my heart is crushed.
I want to be honest. And we had a ton of accolades. People liked these two episodes. People really enjoyed having Mr. Badero make the comments that he made. But we can take criticism. It's all right. It's okay. So people can't say, "Oh, you delete all the negative ones," because I've seen comments like that. You delete all the negative ones. YouTube itself has deleted some that had obscenity or really foul language or name calling. I really it's not good. But so we do our best. There is such a thing as the First Amendment, which gives us, freedom of expression. And we never said we were the jury. I never said I was the jury. I mean, that's a whole different thing. The legal process and one's constitutional right to a fair trial. I've never, ever said anything against that. I totally respect all of that. But you know what? Balance is part of the legal process, which means people have a right to be critical of the people in control. So that's all I have to say about that one.
I think what I've gotten from this one is that our real specialty and our real focus of knowledge and commentary on this channel, we should really switch towards the fashion side of true crime, actually, and just do outfit commentary.
Well, yeah. Did you ever notice when you read well, no, people don't read the newspaper anymore, but if you ever notice when people read stuff about a trial or anything else, they always mention for the women what they were wearing. She was wearing a business suit tied with a bow in the front, and men, they never say anything.
That was like the staple of
Yeah.
like early 2000s is all these like celebrities, like I don't even know like the court cases, but like Lindsay Lohan, whoever the hell's getting DUIs in like 2006, it's just like it's like compilations of just their outfits. It's it's a fascinating part of society. You know, we gotta have a
They never
fashion
say
icon.
Oh, David Yannetti walked into court with an olive-colored suit and a green tie and a white stripe. No, they never say that. They
His
never ever.
socks were red. You could see them when he crossed his legs. What a god! What a fool!
It's ridiculous. So where are we? Number 3 is from Waterlogger NT8SZ. They've gone through everything but this is a quote from Karen Reed. And I actually, I Googled it and I found, when the reporters were chasing them out, she was with David Yannetti and Alan Jackson, and they were walking away from the courthouse at the end of the day on a beautiful sunny day. And one of the reporters was asking them questions. And Karen Reed did actually say this. They've gone through everything but my sock drawer, but they won't go through Brian Albert's front door. Pretty good comment, actually.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the main criticism not main. There's been a lot of criticism, but like a main comment that we've been getting and stuff like that is just like, why go inside the house, knock on the door?
Yeah, exactly. So
like, I can't imagine if anything happened in my neighborhood. I go outside. No, I went to clear off snow from my car once, and my neighbor's coming up to me and telling me all the hot goss on how there was somebody walking around the neighborhood going through the cars. It's just like anything minor, everybody in the town knows.
I actually ran into a friend of mine in the grocery store this weekend, and my friend is a police officer, and we just off duty. And we were both pushing our shopping carts. So we stopped and chatted. And this person that I spoke to, and we're not going to identify anybody, was just shaking their head about, how crazy the case was. And I said to this police officer, I said, if someone found a dying body in my front yard, don't you think the police would come in and start asking questions? She said, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. She said, there's no question about it. And she said, Andy, if you wouldn't let us in the door, we would get a warrant immediately, because that's probable. So anyhow, that's crazy. So this leaves us with number 2.
Watching from Canada, YouTube algorithm sends better smiley face. It seems like DA Morrissey needs to step down and let a new DA commence with an actual investigation of what happened to John O'Keefe inside 34 Fairview that night. The world is watching. It's obvious that Miss Reed dropped him off, waited, and then drove back home. I mean, I'm not gonna say obvious, because ultimately, like, 1,047 things could have happened. You could drop someone off and drive away. You can, we weren't there. We can't really speak for what happened that night. But, we're the reason have to see how this pans out.
Yeah, the reason they put a little Canadian maple leaf in the lower right-hand corner is because, and they indicate here the world is watching, and they said they're from Canada. I just wanted to point out that reading the comments, which we do read them all, I've had people from all over the world. I'm just trying to remember in the last 2 episodes, New Zealand, Australia, Scotland, Ireland, UK, the Netherlands, Holland. Who am I forgetting? Canada, of course, US. I'm just trying to think. And I'm leaving someone out. So the world is in fact watching this case. It's no longer a greater Boston case. It's, so I just wanted to point that out. And I thank people for commenting from all over the world. And if I left any countries out, please comment. Okay, the last one is Dawn T. Now, Dawn T, didn't have any comment. She just left us these little dolphin emojis. And so this is on you. You made a comment.
Dawn is loyal is what we got. Dawn is loyal. So my jaw was honestly on the ground. Thank you guys so much, because at the end of one of the videos I said, if you made it to the end, be sure to leave a dolphin emoji or a blue heart, because I was questioning if there was dolphins. So there were a lot of dolphins and a lot of blue hearts, which was awesome to see and completely shocked me. And I do want to say thank you to everybody who watches to the end, not only watches to the end, but comments. And I think it is so cute that, you know, Dawn didn't have much to say but had dolphins to leave. So I'm going to say right here, if you made it to this point, you got to leave an apple, please. Oh my God, my ego won't handle it now. Now nobody's going to comment apples because of my ego, but I thought that was so funny.
No, we got a lot of, I don't know if you read through the comments. I read through a lot of them this week. I get up early in the morning. Lily, the dog, wants to go out, so I have to get up. I can't get back to sleep. So I spend that time drinking my coffee and going through the comments, and there were a lot of dolphins. And so, you know, I'm a little bit naive. I didn't know what some of these things, some of the emojis, some of which we can't mention on here, but I've learned a lot about emojis and what they purportedly mean. So I said, is there some secret thing about dolphins? And I looked it up, and blue dolphins stand mostly for peace, but also for intelligence and having wit and intelligence and peace. So that's it. It's
going to be our channel emoji. It's going to be the channel symbol about the law, and it's a dolphin swimming over the house.
So I just also wanted to mention, it's now, it's like 3 weeks since I sent my correspondence to District Attorney Michael Morrissey, and we have still not heard back. Vanity Fair had printed a comment that none of the top prosecutors in the Norfolk County District Attorney's Office would retry the Karen Reed case. They all refused. They didn't want to retry the case, which, you know, we commented on that, and it's outrageous. It really is. So I gave Mr. Morrissey the opportunity to, you know, either, text us, email us. I invited him to come on the show or to designate someone. And certainly I know that he himself is likely not going to comment. I understand that, but at the same time, I feel that, you know, there should be a response, because he has a new press person. He has just hired someone from the Sun Chronicle who had been a true crime reporter for 25 years. And so, yes, I do expect some kind of a response. Why is the Commonwealth paying all these prosecutors to sit around at their desks and drink coffee and refuse to retry the case, and also paying a new press person to not say anything about a really important issue? So, no, I didn't expect him to come on our podcast, although he's certainly welcome to do so. He and I sat at the opposite sides of a table back when he used to do insurance defense, doing depositions. So, yes, he can respond.
And I think the lack of a response says a lot, because I think that it would be something very easy to just say, like, you know, like, no, it's not true, to discount. But I think the lack of response is almost an indication that it may be true.
It is true. I think we can respond. I think we can assume that. So anyhow, those are our top 10 pithy comments. I don't know if we'll do this feature every week, but I just thought it would be good, especially where we got so many comments, to let people know what others are thinking. So did you have any closing thoughts?
No, like I said, drop those apples. I appreciate you guys watching, and I appreciate all the kind words you guys have to say. And even when you guys don't have kind things to say, it makes me laugh. So just keep saying things, I guess.
Now, is some hidden meaning behind chopped apples?
Oh, I mean, probably. I mean, they might be having a brat summer, Andrew. Maybe a brat winter now.
A what? What's a brat summer? I don't know.
That.
What? What?
I guess you'll just have to see in the comments.
I guess people educate me all the time. Like I thought I made the, now I understand, very horrible and uneducated comment that, I thought Vanity Fair was don't slap me, a chick magazine.
Oh yeah, I did see a lot of comments upset about that.
Yeah, I thought it was a women's fashion magazine, which it kind of. But oh my gosh, have I been scolded? And yes, that was another comment we didn't put up as a top 10, but people really scolded me. Don't you know any better? They make you feel like a real idiot. Which I did. That and Cosmopolitan. I thought my daughters used to read those two. Growing up, especially when they got into their teen years, and they really cared a lot about dress. So that's what I thought it was. What do I know?
Well, I think that I don't, so I can't really speak to, I've never really looked too much at Vanity Fair, but Fair Assessment on Cosmo, Vanity Fair, if I'm not mistaken, is one of those magazines that's like slightly bigger and got the thicker cover. So I think therein lies the seriousness of the publication.
Over the years, the publication that I used to subscribe to and read every single month when it came out was Rolling Stone. What a great publication that was. Great authors, great commentary. They cover rock and roll. They get inside what's going on in rock and roll and other music. And they did great political commentary. I kind of got out of the habit of reading it, but I never thought of Vanity Fair. But yes, the viewers have set me straight. And yes, I've promised to redeem myself. And I have a 1-year subscription, so I will read it every month when it comes out and try to follow it, because they do a lot of true crime coverage and good true crime coverage. I mean, what other journalist has ever gotten the opportunity to live with someone like this for 3 days? I mean, the reporter moved in with Karen Reed for 3 days, had dinner with her, met her parents, and all that kind of good stuff. So
that is crazy.
Good reporting. All right.
But yeah, I do want to say I appreciate everybody again, and leave a red apple in the comments if you made it this far. Leave a green apple in the comments if you're having a brat winter, and we'll see you guys at the grocery store.
Whether you are in the grocery store, the gas station, or anywhere else, please remember to be kind to people. You don't know what they're going through. And the same goes for our comments section. We want you to comment, but be nice, be kind, be positive if you can. And thank you for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe. Have a good one.